to do a live game with Omnath here. Oh, and somehow, whenever I play the new Omnath, I always seem to find the old Omnath. Wouldn't you know it? Looks like we also got Karn Sliver Golem, which I'd much rather see than Kozliak. And a throwback here in Vorosh the Hunter. He's got all the colors and the original commander. This is one of the first commanders I ever played just because I loved bug colors. So a little nostalgia there, though. Though I would say he's one of the worst bug commanders. Bug doesn't really have a whole lot of great commanders. I still think Dami is probably the best commander. Tassiger's alright, but they don't really have a cheap commander that draws cards. For Tassiger, you got to pay 5 to get card advantage, and it's not very big. Damia, sometimes you're paying 7 just to get a divination. Though once you've got the engine on board and you can start to protect it, it is very powerful. And then you got Mimeoplasm, which he costs 5, and has an effect that they print on cards that cost 2 and 3. And then you've got Sidisi, which I guess the self-mill could be relevant, but yet again, no Edric Spymaster of Trest in bug colors, if you know what I'm saying. Though those colors are very, very strong. So, our hand is quite excellent. We got 3 lands, Sylvan Library for draw, turn 1 acceleration and birds, Thran Dynamo. Man, the only question we're going to have here... Actually, it's not even a question. It just straight up looks like turn 1 birds, turn 2 library, turn 3 dynamo. I don't think there's any question in my mind on that. I mean, I guess it could be turn 3 Mina, and then Thran Dynamo technically only costs 1 on the next turn, so I guess that's something. And a Soul Ring from our opponent. Alright, Homeward Path. That's actually something I've recently added to this deck. I already had it in my offline version of this deck, but I recently added it to the online version. Just because we don't want to lose Omnath. Only land I think I don't own on here. Ooh, an Oracle too. Man, just so many good things to curve into. So let's just open with the basic forest. Throw out birds. And go ahead and say go. So the Oracle has a chance of getting me card advantage here, so that's obviously good. It also has a nice little combination here with the Sylvan Library where I can just stick the lands on top of the deck with Sylvan Library, then play them off the top with Oracle. So that is to hot. Sylvan Library and Oracle Moldai have been best buds forever for as long as both cards have existed. So I guess it's a Zendikar symbol. Guess that's when that guy came out. Zendikar was a really good set, wasn't it? But yeah, these two cards have been BFFs for a long, long time. Alright, colorless guy. It seems like the colors decks draw Soul Ring more often on MTGO, I swear. It's like they're like, well, we know you're playing colorless, man. Go ahead and have your Soul Ring. And an Exploration. Man, they are just begging me here. Okay, so Exploration, because there's no reason not to. Wasteland. Library. Extra land. Yeah, my casual green-red deck with its 7 costing commander that doesn't draw cards and stuff, after optimization has felt slightly less casual. But I feel like it's so easy to have answers to the deck that's not a huge problem. Devoted Druid, okay. And what was he playing first? Tap 2 untapped elves you control. That's odd. So, I guess a crappy Llanowar Elf. I mean, this one already taps for mana, right? So I guess there's really doesn't do anything other than be a 1/1. Who did he swing this at? Oh, I guess he just used its ability to tap them both so that he could F8. Down comes the old and more powerful, cheaper Omnath. Just more powerful because he costs 3, not more powerful in that the 3 mana card is better than the 7 mana card, but this is a pretty strong ability for sure. If you follow Brian Weissman, I actually watched one of his recent videos where he makes a really cool play that I certainly wasn't thinking of when I was watching his video, where he I think he was going to win regardless, to be quite honest. However, there's a chance he would have lost if he didn't make the sweep play. But he blocked the Omnath just to put damage on it so the guy couldn't cast a giant spell in the second main phase, and that's not something I don't think I would have even thought about. So props to him. I thought that was a pretty sweet, kind of tricky little play. Hedron Archive. Yeah, good thing this isn't Kozlak, because he'd be on his way. That's typically, this is kind of what colorless decks do, right? They play that Maelstrom Wandery, tons and tons of ramp cards into giant bomb type deal. Alright. So yes, I want to use Library's ability. Let's keep them all. These are all good cards. Now let's fetch to try and find an extra land off the top, and then we'll lead the Dynamo into the Oracle. So we'll go ahead and take a Taiga. We'll play the Mountain. We'll use this, this, Thran Dynamo, and then Thran Dynamo into Oracle, potentially getting me even more land off the top. Transverse, nice. This is a card I just recently added. At worst, it just land cycles early in the game, and at best, later in the game, this can go get you Gaia's Cradle or any of your finishing creatures. So it's pretty excellent. Obviously, my graveyard's not quite deliriumed yet. Man, look at all these elves. This poor devoted druid. Oh, it's Aloran. He played an Aloran. Oh, gross. 3 or less, eh? And the elvish army has appeared. Looks like I have Forest Walk on my Oracle as well, because he is very elfly over here. Let's see where Omnath decides to attack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're already at Omnath if we want to do that. Despite how fast this guy's puked elves, I don't think he's puking them anymore. Surprised this guy didn't swing with the Omnath earlier. Right? He could have just swung the Omnath at least into Backpack. Or rather, if he intended to even swing at me or the elf guy, he would probably want to do that while his guy is still big and they don't want to block it, right? So kind of surprised that his giant mana battery thing isn't swinging before it's using the mana. Not quite sure what he's thinking. Survival seems good here. Plays a double mana dork. So all that work for that, really? Did he reveal that card? Yes. And what did he pitch? Oh, he didn't pitch, did he? He just played survival. No, he did. Discard a creature. What did he discard? Reveal. I'm thoroughly confused. All his dust seems bad for us. Did he flash something in and scoop? Well, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But because we have a wasteland, it's not going to be Omnath this turn. But we can play Nissa. all his stuff seems real good. But he's really not up that many cards, and we have about the same amount of mana, so it's not a complete loss. Obviously did not want to lose my card draw engine and my other card draw engine that's a ramp engine, and my other ramp engine, but I've got this to draw me cards. This transverse seeming a lot better since it can get me to my Omnath. So let's go ahead and put you out first. Oops. And then we'll untap you. Let's see here. 1, 2, only have 3 types. Since I didn't lose the artifact. I could wait and get a better land, but I think, I think I'm okay just using it because I want to be able to get to Omnath on my next, I guess I could have got to Omnath on my next turn regardless, but I would have had no guaranteed way of getting it online. I think making the land drop is still pretty good. Though I could save the land drop for Omnath trigger, I think that's a better play. So I'm not even going to cast the land. We'll just go get the land for now. We'll play Omnath off the untapped trigger on her next turn, assuming it doesn't die. And then we'll go Omnath, land, make a dude. Ooh, Sylvan Library for him seems good. And let's see what Mac Daddy Big Mana over here is going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's almost Eldrazi time, the big gross kind. Alright, Wormcoil Engine? Conduit of Ruin. There's so many new Eldrazi cards and I don't know most of them. Oh wow, a tutor for big fat things. And that's actually a pretty damn good card. When you cast it, you get to search your library for a colorless creature converted mana cost 7 or greater. So now he gets to go get Kozilek or Ulamog or New Ulamog or something disgusting, and he gets to play it on his next turn. And we have no blue mage to save our day because our blue mage was playing Elf Tribal and scooped. So the Soul Ring Tyrant is laying down the law, and it's in fact old school Ulamog. I guess that's no real surprise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If he doesn't have a land drop, the Wasteland will actually prevent him from casting that, which would obviously be good. The Elemental Bond, unfortunately, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's not going to happen. I mean, I could choose to cantrip instead of getting the extra body, but then I don't get to use the Wasteland. So I think that's not what I want to do. I think I just want to do this. Yes. And then we'll go like this. And we'll summon Omnath, the hero of our time here. Make a 5/5. And then we'll kill his homeward path. And hope he doesn't have a land drop for that Ulamog. 8/8. Not super scared from that. Fortunately, this kind of deck I don't think is going to have the kind of interaction since we're going to be similar to Do Me Favors and tempoing this guy since he's in the lead. Ooh, Maze of Ith. So he has a land, but it's not a land that lets him cast Ulamog. So he has to make a up to 10 mana play instead of his 11 mana play. So it's a creature. If it's not a creature, he's only got a 8 mana play. So I'm thinking, you can draw cards with that, but not till his next turn. If we can dodge a land drop for one more turn, we can be greedy and play the Mina and Den early. But we really want to kill his mana. We want to prevent that Ulamog from ever happening, so it's safer to play the Regal Force first as a Harmonize. I guess I could even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could just make it the land a elemental and draw 4. Let's see, we top deck first, because we really want to reach. Okay, so we got a land. Okay. So I think what we're going to do is this. We're going to run out the Elemental Bond. We'll draw cards this way. We'll do it the greedy way. And then if he doesn't get a land on his turn, we're not in horrible shape here. Go like this. Play you. Okay. Draw a card. Strip Mine. Excellent. Because now we get to draw another card, make another token, and I'm going to just continue to keep this guy off of Ulamog. And now we have an Ugin. Which isn't going to be good against him, but it'll definitely be good against this guy. Let's kill his... Just kill his tower, since I guess it's better than a waste. I don't want to risk a land dying, so I'm just going to untap, even though it can't do anything. No reason to be exceedingly greedy. Oh, I get an extra land drop. I could have actually played the forest, and then I could have potentially untapped it. And had 5 mana instead of the 4. Duh, because Mina and Den's got the extra land drop ability, so that was kind of a dopey idea there. We'll send, and I'll top deck a sweet 5 drop too, and that'll piss me off. Hopefully not. We'll send this guy for sure at him. I don't think he wants to trade with the Ulamog in his hand. I really don't think he wants to trade with my Omnath, but I also don't want to risk losing him. I mean, let's see. Even if he does trade with him, I think that's even not the end of the world for me. He's got to pay 8 for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he has to use his whole turn if he wants to use that. And then I'm assuming he's got other Eldrazi. So I'm gonna swing on both. I just don't think he's gonna block. And if he does, I don't really care. I do care, but I don't think he's gonna block. Yeah. Pansy. Not willing to do combat with Omnath, the Locus of Rage. Okay. So we get to draw, assuming we don't get wiped again, we get to draw lots of cards next turn. One for Bond. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards at least. So I plus the 7. I pretty much get a brand new hand next turn. And probably Eternal Witness. Interesting. I now have... see, if I pick the Transverse up, though, then I still will just have land Enchantment Creature. Since I haven't lost a artifact yet. There's something to be said about just picking the Strip Mine up and continuing to bash at this guy with it. And then I guarantee an extra card draw off the Regal Force next turn anyway. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and get the Strip Mine and just continue to mana screw this guy. I'm really not so worried about the other Omnath player at this point. I could have saved this and the Transverse might have been better, but considering I'm banking on drawing quite a few cards next turn, I'm not super scared. Plus, this is getting close to its minus ability, so even if he just wipes the creatures, I'm not that scared. Let's just keep mana screwing him. There's one thing a deck full of nothing but mana rocks attempting to ramp into bombs wants to happen to them, and that's to have all their lands die. Quite often when I see a deck like this play something like a Winter Orb, especially from a position like this where I've already got my own source of Winter Orb not sucking completely for me in these cards. In fact, it would be better for me if they were to play something like that. I usually just attack their own mana and stick them under their own orb. Assuming the rest of the field isn't in a better position or I'm not about to combo off if I kill it or something. I guess it depends on the deck, but quite often it's better to just kill their mana. Let's see if Omnath does something scurry. Wild Pear. It's a sufficiently scary card, I guess. With the Strip Mine looming, we'll see if this guy invests the next 8 to get his 4 cards out of Tower and out of Tower of Fortunes. Wild Pear is scary, but he's literally got... I'm surprised he's not aggressively digging with this library. He has 1 card in his hand and he has full life. Like, even if you didn't need the cards, you eat through them here. I can't understand why he wouldn't activate Sylvan Library from this position. It just doesn't make any sense. It's very confusing. Yeah, I'm going to treat this game from this point forward like it's a one-on-one because this guy has not impressed me thus far. Not in the slightest. Kelly's Man is just a good principle anyway. This guy does probably play almost certainly Lattice combo. Artifacts have flash. Okay. And he tapped extra mana for it because he forgot about his Conduit of Ruin, looks like. It's kind of awkward because he can't like untap him because he put something into play while this mana was in his mana pool. So if he wanted to save some kind of artifact to sneak in with flash that costs more, he's kind of screwed himself on that window. Oh, there's the Lattice. I didn't want to strip mine the shit out of him before, I totally do now. Doubling season, eh? With Ugin in hand? Well, fuck Regal Force. Yes, sir. Let's see here. 5 for that, and then 1, 2, 3. Untaps for 4 is 7. 8. Yeah, so ulting Ugin seems like a good play here. Okay, I'm fine with this. Uh-huh. Double draw. Uh-huh, seems good. Let's see here. What do I want to do? Ancient Tomb or Forest? Let's just wait. Actually, no, because we draw more this way, right? I can drop the things I draw off the Ulamog, but not the things I'll draw off the Regal Force, and I could hit a Cradle later, so there's no reason to do it that way. Let's just tap. Untap 4 forests. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Down comes Ugin. Out comes the fun. Haste? Yes. Regal Force? Yes. Gaia's Cradle? And a bunch of other awesome lands? I think so. So let's draw last. Draw these last. And then Omnath triggers first. Oh, God. Oh, I think they are sufficiently fucked. You go ahead and try to kill my lands with your combo. Oh, God. Oh, they're all colorless, so the Regal Force doesn't draw me cards. Oh, noes? I think I'm okay with this. Let's tap Cradle, and let's Collective Unconscious. Seems good. Mana Reflection seems good. Good Lotus seems good. Now we've got lots of red. Uh-huh. Red. Let's get rid of Lattice. Bye, Lattice. Oh, God. So, there goes all his hopes and dreams. Give, Omnath Trample, not that it matters. Bounce Cradle. Play Cradle. Draw 2 more cards, make 2 more dudes. Tap Cradle for a bazillion. Pop Tooth and Nail. Actually, hold on. Hold the phone. Purphos God of the Forge. Do I already have Avenger? Doesn't really matter, does it? Tooth and Nail. Entween. Seems good. Let's go get Craterhoof Behemoth and Avenger Zendikar. And let's plop them into play. Draw last, because I don't care. Craterhoof after Avenger. Purphos triggers. Good game. Well then. Guess we don't get to see how big Craterhoof Behemoth will make my team. But I have a feeling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 9, 19, 29, 39. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they'd all be like 50 something, 50 somethings. Yay. So, if you guys wanted to see Omnath, there is Omnath. And yeah, that was super, super fun. Until next time, Moxnick signing out.